Hello, it's Steve with Magnolia Pharmacy. It's that time of the year where kids are headed back to school, whether it be elementary school, high school, or college. And I thought it'd be a good time to review maybe some of the supplements that I think have some real value for students in a number of ways. As always with our Facebook Lives, these are not intended to treat, diagnose, or cure any disease, illnesses. So we're not making medical claims. This is strictly for health information for you to make good decisions. And as always, we recommend you to talk to your practitioner or doctor about the best choices for you and your health. To me, one of the no-brainer ideas for students and overall health is a good multivitamin. One of the things to kind of keep in mind is that unfortunately, even if we eat the best diets nowadays, we still have a hard time getting all the vitamins and minerals that we need. And so a good healthy multi, I don't recommend going to the big box stores and grabbing the one-a-days or those type simple products. There are some specific multivitamins that are made for children and teens that are specially formulated with optimal levels of vitamins and minerals, not just the recommended RDA that I think is important. So that's one of the things I would recommend as far as that goes is a good multivitamin. And that's going to cover a lot of bases with one shot. Let's talk about immunity. Obviously, we start headed back to school. Kids start coming home with coughing and hacking and get sick. And I know one of the things is we want to make sure students can stay healthy and stay in school as much as possible, especially if they're in college or high school, really can't afford to be missing any classes. But also, too, even kids that do sports in high school and beyond actually creates a lot of stress. So it actually runs the immune system in the tank. And you have a lot of kids, especially those that deal with anxiety, that chronic anxiety day after day of going to school actually can set up a lot of immune system problems. So we want to do things to support our immune system. So one simple thing is a good, high-quality probiotics. There are certain ones that we can do that are powders that can be put into liquids if we have children that can't swallow. We also have chewables that are available. Keep in mind that about 80% of our immune system lies just below our gut. And if we keep our gut healthy, we typically will keep our immune system healthy. So that's really, really important to make sure that we do that. And then from there, we want to do things either that are supportive to our immune system or actually, let's say we come home and our child is complaining of a sore throat, starts running a fever, then maybe there's some things we can do anecdotally to basically help with some of those symptoms to maybe get them to turn the corner quicker to get them back into school. There's a lot of combination products out there that are basically preventative that include things like vitamin C, vitamin D, also have things like echinacea. Certain mushroom species help to support our immune system. And those products are more of a wellness or immune support product. They are typically a combo and that can be taken on a daily basis to help support a good, healthy immune system. And then we also have products that we look at that are more treatment in nature. Let's say we think we're starting to get a viral infection like the flu. We have a particular product by Orthomolecular called Viracid that we've sold a lot of through the years when the flu starts to spread that you can take that's got a combination of A, C, and D. It also has things like astragalus. And one of my favorites is elderberry, which actually fights the virus. And a person can either take this at a high dose for several days to make sure that we knock out the body's ability to basically allow that virus to replicate so our own immune system can take over. We also can take it at a little lower dose for a fewer days or for like a 7 to 10 day window to prevent ourselves from getting a virus. Let's say we have a family member who's sick and we want to make sure our kids don't get it. We can give it to them to actually prevent that. And those are all some of the different things that are beneficial in terms of our immune system. The next aspect I'm going to talk about is brain and memory health. We all can use a little bit of extra juice to make sure we remember what we learned. But also, too, the big thing nowadays is parents come in and probably one of the most common questions we get is, what can I do to help my child who are really struggling with ADD or ADHD? And I will tell you probably one of the most effective things you can do, which has nothing to do with supplements, is diet. I just can't stress enough about making sure we cut out as many refined processed food products as possible, especially refined sugars. One of the things that's super important in terms of that is if we can keep our blood sugars in a nice tight window, what we have found is it's that constant up and down of blood sugars throughout the day. And keep in mind, we eat a lot of carbs or sugar for breakfast. We eat a lot of carbs and sugar for lunch. We eat a lot of carbs and sugars at dinner, it's that up and down of carbs that basically triggers some responses and inflammation in the brain, which makes it really hard to focus and concentrate. So I can't stress enough, eating basically good fat, good protein, and a good glycemic match carb at every meal is super important. We teach a weight loss class here, which kind of teaches that way of eating. It's super important to keep the blood sugar stable. And that is probably the most effective thing that a person can do on a natural sense to help with attention deficit and improve focus. Now, supplements we recommend that also can help is something like omega-3 and fish oil. We want to make sure we get enough of a good quality omega-3 on a daily basis, and that we take a good quality tested product. I would not just go grab cheap fish oil. We've said this many times on our Facebook Lives. You get what you pay for fish oil. So we have liquid fish oils if needed. We have small little swallowable fish oil for children who can swallow but can't handle a big capsule. And then we have the big fish oil. We want to make sure that we're getting adequate dosing, and if you'll get with us per patient, we can kind of help you with how many grams of EPA and DHA are needed. So those are like my two big things in terms of helping with attention deficit would be fish oil and controlling blood sugars adequately. Next thing in terms of memory, I'll tell you fish oil, once again, is your friend. You know, you have to keep in mind the majority of your brain is nothing but fat. So as much good fat as you can put in your diet to support a good healthy brain is important. But also too, in terms of memory, what we recommend is doing phosphatidylcholine. So keep in mind your brain's a big ball of fat, but then within that ball of fat, all of the cell membranes of the individual cells have choline in them. And that choline stabilizes that membrane, allows all the parts of your brain to communicate, talk effectively, lay down memories, lay down your ability to memorize things. And that's where choline is really, really good. It has a calming effect on the brain. So phosphatidylcholine and fish oil are two supplements that I would highly recommend in terms of memory support. So those are my kind of back to school tips in terms of helping support your immune system so we stay healthy at school. Also, those are our tips to help support a good, healthy brain for memory and focus. And we highly encourage you, if you liked what you saw today, to share this with your friends and family. We also ask you when this is done today, if you watch this video and you're like, hey, what about this or what about that? Please send us a comment or post it to this video. I'll be more than glad to share that and answer those comments for you. And as always, too, if you have ideas for future topics, we always like for you to comment and provide those to us so we can provide good quality education for you and your family. Most importantly, we wish everybody out there a good, happy school year for their kids. We hope they have a good, memorable school year with lots of good memories and set themselves up for a happy foundation of wellness in the future. Thanks so much and have a great day.